You know that feeling when you get your hands on something early, before the buzz, before the patches, before the internet has a full breakdown of what's broken and what's brilliant, and this is where we're at with Endless Legend 2 right now. Over the past few days, Luke and I have been digging into the early build of the game, and honestly, it's already showing signs of something special. It's not just ticking boxes, it's taking risks, and that's exactly what we like to see. Hey everyone, welcome back to LT Gaming. My name is Tom, and in this video we're going deep. We got exclusive hands-on access to Endless Legend 2, and we're breaking down what it does differently, what it's building on from the original, and why this could end up being one of the standout turn-based strategy games of 2025. If you enjoy thoughtful strategy content, deep dives into under the radar titles and previews like this, feel free to support the channel with a like, maybe a sub if you haven't already. It genuinely helps us out. And let us know in the comments what you want to see from Endless Legend 2. More factions, better AI, or something completely off the wall. Alright, let's get into it. Now, for those of you who didn't catch the first game, Endless Legend was a bit of a cult hit. A 4X game that looked and felt completely different to everything else on the scene. Weird factions, asymmetric gameplay, and gorgeous map design. And a genuinely strong narrative woven into systems-driven strategy. It did what most strategy games wouldn't dare. I personally put a stupid number of hours into it, Luke did too, so when Endless Legend 2 was announced we were excited, but cautious. How do you follow up a game like that, especially when Amplitude has moved on to some other projects like Humankind? So let's talk about the build we've been playing. This is proper early hands-on. Not a guided preview, but a playable slice of the game that gives you a real feel of how Endless Legend 2 ticks. I got deep into the mid-game during our time with it. Expansion, diplomacy, warfare, city building, the full loop. And while it's clearly a work in progress in some places, what's here is already solid and surprisingly polished. What immediately stood out was the Tidefall, a world-shaping mechanic where the seas gradually retreat throughout the course of your campaign. Entire coastlines and submerged regions slowly became exposed, revealing new territory, ancient ruins, and fresh tactical opportunities. It's not a cataclysmic flood event or some flashy gimmick, it's subtle, steady, and very clever. That moment when previously unreachable land emerged and shifted the shape of my border was a real, right, what do I do now moment. It forces quick pivots in strategy and makes the map feel properly alive again. And that's the thing, in most 4X games, exploration tends to fade out by the mid-game. But here, because the world is evolving, discovery stays relevant. You're constantly re-evaluating the map, reassessing your reach, and uncovering new threats or opportunities long after the early game. I also spent time with a couple of factions, yet that asymmetry that made the original Endless Legend so interesting is back in full force. I mostly played with the Aspect, who expand by spreading coral across the landscape, almost like living roots. It's not just a cool visual, it's strategic and thematic, and it makes expansion feel very organized. I only just dipped into the Kin of Sheridan, who are the other faction. They take a more traditional defensive approach, holding ground, fortifying positions, and building a strong central core. It's a great contrast to the adaptive flowing playstyle of the Aspects, and it's great to see that divergence in the factions already. As for the map, it absolutely retains that classic Endless Legend feel. Rich biomes, painterly visuals, and a mix of minor factions, ruins, and anomalies that all bring a ton of flavour. Even though the behaviour of these elements feels similar, the visual and mechanical variety added a lot of depth. Combat has had a tune-up too. It still builds on that pre-positioned tactical layer, but it's more fluid now, and the hero customization is better integrated. You've got more control over how your heroes function in combat and outside of it, and meaningful upgrades feel like they very much matter in the game. The coral-based expansion system that the Aspect use also deserves a mention. Rather than dropping cities and districts in the usual way, you're growing across the land in a way that feels very much alive. It changed how I thought about territory, not just in terms of reach, but also in terms of the rhythm of the game. And coming on to that, the pacing here is slower, and I give this as a compliment. You have a lot of space to breathe, to plan, and to adapt. The UI is in a great place too. It's not finished completely, but it's getting there. It's very readable and it feels like it was designed for both veterans and new players in mind. Tooltips are clear, map overlays are clean, and there's a solid logic to how everything is grouped together, which, let's be honest, not every 4X game nails. If anything, the biggest thing that I'm waiting for this game is more content. To see more of the factions, more event variety, and more things that make you stop and go, wait, what just happened here? The foundation of this game is extremely strong, even in this early state. Honestly, this is a great place for this game to be. It already has depth and flavour, and now direction, and now it's just about filling that world up and letting all these systems come to life, and this is exactly where you need a game to be at this stage. So after all that, is Endless Legend 2 shaping up to be the turn-based strategy game to beat in 2025? If you're a fan of the original, the answer is already leaning towards yes. It's not just more of the same, it's a proper evolution. There's real ambition here, dynamic maps that challenge static playstyles, factions with genuine mechanical identity, and a world that doesn't just sit there, it shifts, breathes, pushes back. And for the newcomers, this might just be the most approachable Endless game yet. It still has that weird magical DNA, but it feels like Amplitude is smoothing the edges without sanding off the character. If they can stick the landing, expand the roster, and polish the pacing a bit, they might just have something very special on their hands. From what I've seen so far, this isn't just a return to form, it's a foundation for something bigger. If you're as excited as we are to see where this one goes, let us know in the comments below. What do you want from Endless Legend? More tactical depth, weirder factions, better multiplayer? And if you played the original, how do you feel about the direction they're taking here? Cheers for watching everyone. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, drop a sub if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon right here at LT Gaming for more strategy, sci-fi, and maybe a bit of Coral Uprising along the way.